and welcome to Special Dialogue on TVRI World with me, Siska Becker. In this very special edition of Special Dialogue, we'll be connected to Tokyo, Japan, to converse with the Ambassador of Indonesia to Japan, His Excellency Heri Ahmadi, to learn more about the current condition of the cooperations between our countries, along with the challenges that we have faced and also the great opportunities that lie ahead. Let's begin our special conversation on Special Dialogue. Now let me say welcome to our very special guest, His Excellency Heri Ahmadi, the Ambassador of Indonesia to Japan. Good afternoon, sir. We believe that it is almost the end of your working day in Tokyo, Japan. So we truly appreciate you giving us your precious time. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Yes, now it's already almost 4:30. Thank you very much for having me in this very important program.
Of course, the honor and privilege is all ours, Mr. Ambassador. Now, we are very much excited to learn more about the condition of cooperation between our countries, between Indonesia and Japan. In particular, the cooperation in economic relations and also in political relations and even cultural relations. Now, Indonesia and Japan relations for the past few years have been quite warm and cordial. Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako visited Indonesia back in 2023, and before that in 2022, President Joko Widodo with First Lady Iriana also came to Tokyo. So relationship have been very warm and cordial indeed. Now, how would you see the development of the relations between Indonesia and Japan during your tenureship, Mr. Ambassador?
Thank you very much. I think the visit reflecting the good cooperation, the visiting of the leaders of the two countries to each other is a very important gesture. But most importantly, I think that in the 2023, Indonesia and Japan already elevating our relation become the comprehensive strategic partnership. Before that, on 2008, actually, we signing agreement on the strategic comprehensive relationship with partnership with Japan. But on the last year, we started to have a comprehensive strategic partnership, and this year we in the process of planning the plan of action for the implementation of the comprehensive strategic partnership between Indonesia and Japan. Comprehensive meaning that our relations is not only on economic, not only on politics, cultural, but also including many areas, which almost all of the aspect of our life. We know that in the economic sector, yes, we already have last year, for example, on 2022, we reached our highest our record for our trading with Japan, and then we also on 2022, we starting to have the joint defense cooperation with Japan, which Japanese troops came to join to Indonesia, what you call it, the Garuda Shield exercise. So this year it is the third time. So including in the defense area, we already have a lot of the cooperation on that area. So of course, in the economic sector, not only just trading, investment, the Japanese investment in Indonesia also growing very fast, including the new project. Just last on the 7th I forgot, on the 11th of this month, we just groundbreaking the second lane of the MRT in Jakarta, and next week we will also will have a groundbreaking for the national cardiovascular development, which as the result of the Indonesia and Japan's too. So many things happen, I think, in the future. And then beside that, we also, this year, we already finishing our revision of the Indonesia-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement. So that's all, I think. What I think in the last 4 years, during my stay in Tokyo, so many things already happened, and hopefully that will continue in the future. That's all.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for that comprehensive reporting of the exciting and encouraging updates that we've had for 66 years of diplomatic relations between Japan and Indonesia. But still, there's a lot of great opportunities that we can make the most of, and a lot of lessons learned as well. Now, before we go into a short break, I would love to get a short assessment from you, Your Excellency, about the challenges that we have faced in strengthening diplomatic relations and economic relations, especially now because President Joko Widodo's government is coming to an end in his tenureship, and another government is coming in to renew the relations between our countries. What would you say is the biggest challenge now in 2024?
Of course, we know that Indonesia works together with many countries, and Japan, I think, economic at this time, the position is the little bit lower compared to, like, for example, with the competition with China. And just last year, Japan position in World Economic Ranking also was passed by the Germany. For many years in the past, for many decades actually, not years, but for many decades, Japan is the second economic power in the world after the US. After that, Japan passed by China, and then just last year, Japan also passed by Germany. So this one is, I think, we need more encouragement, more approach, and then more finding new way on how we can cooperate with Japan, which is giving more benefit of each other, so that we can create what so-called as the co-creation. That's what we agree last year during our meeting between ASEAN and Japan, that Japan and Indonesia will not only focusing on the bilateral, but also on the multilateral, meaning the regional area with Japan, especially for the ASEAN. So for that situation, I think, yes, Japan is not number third economic anymore, now already replacing by Germany. And then, of course, we understand that America and China now basically have a very strong influence on our economic and regional ASEAN economic. That's the situation, I think.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, I'm very excited to learn more about you, specifically about investment opportunities between Japan and Indonesia. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a special dialogue on TVRI World with our very special guest connecting with us from Tokyo, Japan, His Excellency Heri Ahmadi, Indonesian Ambassador to Japan. Let's continue our conversation. Now, Your Excellency, I would like to pick up where we left off in our conversation about the investment opportunities between Japan and Indonesia. As you said before, Japan has been decreasing in its influence in economic relations, not just in the region, but also globally. But still, Japan has been one of the top 5 for investors in Indonesia. The last data that I have, please correct me if I'm wrong, Your Excellency, Japan is the 4th largest investor in Indonesia with almost $5 billion investment. So still they are a major player in the landscape of investing in Indonesia. Now, could you give us some more details on this? Could you probably give us some information on the major projects that have been realized from 2023 or still ongoing until now in 2024?
Yes, actually the biggest Japanese project in Indonesia right now is the Abadi gas field in the area of the Masela in Maluku. So that's the biggest one, the biggest project with the cost of more than $20 billion. But many other projects now in the process, including, as we know, Japan also finding the MRT, which a lot of number two, a lot of the investment too. But also not only line 1, as I mentioned before, this month we also start with the MRT second line, and as you know too that we are now already finishing first phase of the Patimban port, with facilitating the importation of the automobile produced by Indonesia, with the main principle from Japanese automobile industries like Toyota, Daihatsu, and also Mitsubishi, which is accounting for more than valued around $7 billion every year, which is exporting to more than 80 countries all over the world. So that's among other. Recently, Japan also active in invest in the properties. As you know, we have a big project in the Tamrin Street, and Sudirman Street, what we call it Taspen Tower, which will become later the highest building in Jakarta and also in Indonesia, of course, which will reach 77 level for this one too. So many other, Japan also involved in the developing the smelters, especially for copper smelter and other. So basically, we have a very varieties of investment from Japan, Indonesia, but we still expecting more, especially in the smart farming. We try in the future, we will work more intensively on farming, because we know that we are Indonesia right now need a lot of the food product, and Japan, I think, have technology, and the geography of Japan is similar with Indonesia, which is the islands country, with the not have a big plot, but have to work on more small plot with intensive mechanization and other things. So that's one too, and then we expect in the near future we will also working on the critical minerals partnership, which can promote our mineral industry to all over the world. That's, I think, among other, the cooperation which we will pursue in the future. Especially, of course, we will work on the already have infrastructure, automotive industry, later also on minerals, but also in the superconductors and other industry. That's, I think, our future cooperation with Japan.
Now, with that thorough explanation from the ambassador of Indonesia to Japan, we can say that business is booming between Indonesia and Japan. In the next segment, we'll learn even more about the exciting opportunities that lie ahead us, so please stay tuned to Special Dialogue. Thank you for staying with us right here on Special Dialogue on TVRI World with me, Siska Becker, and my very special guest, His Excellency Heri Ahmadi, Indonesian Ambassador to Japan. We're going to learn more about the exciting opportunities that lie ahead between Japan and Indonesia. And now back to my conversation with His Excellency Heri Ahmadi, Indonesian Ambassador to Japan. Your Excellency, we've learned so much from your explanation on the current ongoing projects between Indonesia and Japan, and to talk in even further details about the investments between our two countries, I would love to learn more about an event that happened in Japan that was organized by Indonesia, the investment forum titled Enchanting Indonesia 2024, with the theme of accelerating sustainable investment in Indonesia. We understand that there were a number of investment agreements that were reached through this investment forum, and would this be in line with the target of Indonesian government to achieve carbon neutrality in 2060? Because, of course, we would need a lot of cooperation with a lot of countries, especially with Japan, one of the biggest investors in Indonesia. So, Your Excellency, please enlighten us.
Yes, the Enchanting Indonesia is on not only one of the business forum. We organize every year more than 6 business forum. That's one, the Enchanting Indonesia evening, is part of our pre-event for the Osaka Expo in the 2025. So the Osaka Expo on 2025 will focusing on sustainability, sustainable economy. So that this time we organize the area of investment with a strength focusing on the sustainability. But actually, every year we also have the business forum, including for the auto part industry. We also have agriculture cooperation, and then we have maritime cooperation too. And then just several months ago, we have the energy transition business forum too, together with other nations in Tokyo to promote the energy transition, clean energy too. So, and then of course, a very important forum just last month we organized here in Tokyo is the Labor and Human Resources Development Business Forum, which is involving more than 200 companies to discuss or to have a forum, including one-on-one business meeting, business matching with regard to labor and human resources cooperation. So that's, I think, a lot of things which we now try to put in the plan of action for the comprehensive strategic partnership between Indonesia and Japan for the next 5 years.
All right, Your Excellency, thank you so much. Given Indonesia's focus on renewable energy, it's very encouraging to learn that Japan has responded very positively for Indonesia's initiatives in sustainability and green energy. Now, Your Excellency, my next question is more on people-to-people relations. Now, a lot of Indonesian travelers are very happy with how it is so much easier now to visit Japan with the visa requirements, and we're also very encouraged to learn that there are more and more Japanese travelers coming to Indonesia. Now, maybe you could tell us, are there any more initiatives between the two countries to increase the number of travelers to each of the countries even more in the near future?
That's what I mentioned before, that one for the tourism, for example, which the development is so I think incredible, because last year Indonesian tourists came to Japan is more than 420,000, and this year expected more than the 460 up to 480,000. So that's for me is a little bit incredible, because the number Indonesian come to Japan actually is bigger compared to what the Japanese come to Indonesia. So that, I think, in the future we have to discuss about how we can promote more of our tourism to the Japanese community, to Japanese society, or in Japan. The other thing is about yes, we have a lot of festival. Last year we organized Indonesia-Japan Friendship Day in around 14 cities in Japan. And then we organized many cultural events too, and also meeting with our Indonesian citizen in Japan. Because for the last 2 years, the Indonesian citizen in Japan was triple, which before COVID, the number is around only 60,000, but right now the number is around almost around 180,000. So many things happened in the last 2 years after the COVID. So we have to reaching out our community, but we have to also facilitated our community to have a good relation with the Japanese society there too. So beside that, beside the event for festival for another, we also expand our school. We have street Sekolah Republik Indonesia Tokyo, which is already starting giving long distance education for our citizen in Japan who not living in Tokyo area. So that's among other we expect can promote the relation between people to people between Indonesia and Japan, and hopefully that will have the impact in the future because of so many Indonesian living in Japan right now, and also so many Indonesian visiting Japan also in the future. Especially Japanese is very much fans of the Bali. We Garuda have the direct flight from Tokyo to Denpasar, which always have a very good occupancy. So the tourism from the traffic of tourism from Tokyo to Bali is still very good, and we expect in the future will be more better than this time. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, we have a lot of young viewers watching us. So if you could, for your closing statement here in our edition of Special Dialogue, maybe you can give a message to young Indonesians who want to visit or work Japan in the near future. Your Excellency, go ahead.
So for Indonesian young people who would like to work in Japan, my only message is get better preparation, because Japan and Indonesia have many things the same, similar, but also many things which have to be learned more, including the preparation for language and culture, on how we can live harmonically with the Japanese community. That's a very important one. The second, for the visitor to Japan, yes, that's easy to have a visa or everything in Japan, but please, we expect that also we also not only come to Japan just for most of the people come to Japan besides for the culinary and for shopping, but please also learning the Japanese culture, Japanese society, which I think which very have a very unique community, which very much different with Western country. They are expressing one among the Eastern countries with still maintaining culture and also way of life, which is not much different with like Eastern countries. That's what I think. I will give a suggestion for the young people who would like to work or visiting Japan. Thank you very much for the attention, and hopefully that will be giving benefit for all of the listener. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador Heri Ahmadi, Ambassador of Indonesia to Japan, for sharing with us so many invaluable insights and also your precious time. Hopefully next time the team from TVRI World can be among those 460,000 Indonesians visiting Tokyo, as you've said before. Once again, thank you, sir. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato gozaimasu as well. Thank you. Thank you for watching this edition of Special Dialogue with me, Siska Becker. Hopefully, as myself, you have broadened your horizon about the exciting prospects of Indonesia-Japan relations and learned a lot about how we all can strengthen the already good relations between our countries. See you next time on the next edition of Special Dialogue only on TVRI World.